Here are 5 things we learned from Manchester United's game against Leeds. And there's some really interesting talking points coming out of this one. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and let me know in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway from this game? Let's start with Andres Santos, because once again, there were moments that showed why United are so interested in developing him. What stood out was his ability to receive the ball under pressure, and then look forward rather than simply playing the safe pass. He showed composure, strength, and a willingness to break lines with his passing. United need more of that in midfield. There are plenty of players who can keep possession, but Santos has the potential to actually move the team up the pitch. Of course, this is still pre-season, so we shouldn't get carried away. But if Santos continues performing like this, the conversation around his role next season is going to become very interesting. Could he force his way into Carrick's plans? Let me know what you think. The arrival of Bryan Mbeumo could give United something they have been missing, a forward who is comfortable attacking space, while also having the quality to create something himself. Against Leeds, you could see why United wanted him. His movement gives defenders another problem to think about. Instead of everything going through one central area, United can stretch the opposition and attack from different positions. And that becomes even more important when United face teams that defend deep. Mbeumo doesn't need to touch the ball every few seconds to influence the game. Sometimes his movement alone can create space for somebody else. That could become a major weapon for United. Then we have Harry Maas. Every time this young man gets minutes, he seems determined to remind everyone that he wants a place in the first-team squad. What I like about Maas is his confidence. He doesn't look like a player who simply wants to survive the game. He wants to get forward, take responsibility, and make things happen. And that puts some pressure on the senior players. Luke Shaw has the experience and quality, but competition is never a bad thing. If Maas continues developing at this rate, United could eventually have a genuine battle for that position. And for a club trying to build for the future, that's exactly what you want. Another big talking point is Joshua Zirkzee. We know what he can do when he drops deeper and gets involved in the build-up. He has the technical ability to connect midfield with attack, bring other players into game, and create opportunities. The question is whether United should continue asking him to operate as the main striker, because when Zirkzee has another attacking player around him, his qualities become much easier to see. He isn't simply a striker who wants to stand on the shoulder of the last defender. He likes to come toward the ball. He likes to combine. He likes to create. So perhaps the best version of Zirkzee at United comes when he has someone ahead of him or alongside him. That's something Carrick will have to figure out. And finally, the biggest takeaway for me is the way United are trying to attack. There's a clear intention to move the ball quickly, get players into dangerous positions, and create opportunities through movement. Carrick appears to be building on some of the things that worked previously rather than completely throwing everything away. And that could be important. United don't need to reinvent football. They need a system that gets the best out of the players available. The exciting part is that we're beginning to see more options. Young players are pushing for opportunities. New signings are adding different qualities. And the established players now have genuine competition. It's still pre-season, so there's plenty of work to do. But games like this give us clues about what United could look like when competitive matches arrive. So those are my 5 things we learned from Manchester United versus Leeds. But now I want to hear from you. Which player impressed you the most, and what was your biggest takeaway from the game? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.